going on, guys? Black Scout Survival, Late Night Live. Thanks for tuning in. Well, Bud Light is getting a tremendous amount of backlash. We've talked about them this past week. And this week they scheduled the scheduled Budweiser Clydesdale appearance has been canceled. Canceled according to the statement from Anheuser-Busch. Local Budweiser distributor decided to cancel all the Springfield Clydesdale showings, citing safety concerns for their employees. Controversy over adding medians to what does that say? No, sorry, that is something else. But anyhow, they reached out to Anheuser-Busch for a statement, but the company did not release one. They're not going to release any details, obviously, because they don't want to say exactly what it is. I mean, Kid Rock's out there shooting up beer cans, right? So anyway, Anheuser-Busch came under fire because their partnership with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney, and obviously a lot of you guys probably seen Kid Rock rocking the MAGA hat, smoking some Bud Light, and people just have been very upset about it. And obviously, the pride theme stuff they've been wanting to pump, and then distributors everywhere. Here's a lady's tweet I saw here. We just refused our Bud Light orders for my liquor store. We are pulling it from our shelves. We are not the only ones, according to our reps. They said it's bad. So it's getting very bad because, they're getting massive backlash on their social media. Vendors are not taking Bud Light orders. So obviously, you go woke, you go broke. That's the saying. But with that, Jack Daniels actually has jumped on the bandwagon. So any Jack Daniel fans there, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Teams up with RuPaul Drag Race, small town, big pride campaign, drag queen summer glamp. I never in my life would have imagined Jack Daniels with drag queens on the front. Or in the advertising with drag queens. I just never thought in my lifetime that this would happen. I guess everything's happening in 2023, but you have to let them know who their customer base is, obviously, because they're very confused. I don't think Jack Daniels is strong in the transgender community, so they're going to get it, and boycotts work. Give them the heat and they will fold, right? I definitely think that's a good way to do it. The left does it all the time. So why not play their games back? So a few months ago, I did a video. Let me show it real quick. 3 crypto billionaires died in the last month. This was, when was this? 4 months ago. And I would encourage you to watch this video here. I'm not going to play it because you can go watch it. But there's one. There's another one. All these crypto billionaires. So the title's 3 crypto billionaires died last month. Well, now we actually have the Cash App founder who was found dead. His name's Bob Lee, killed in San Francisco, stabbing. Now, the thing is that he actually, what they're not talking much about is this mobile coin. He was the chief product officer, and they say confirmed his death in a statement. So he was actually started Cash App, but then he became the chief product officer or CPO for a new cryptocurrency startup. And then he mysteriously gets stabbed at 2:30 in the morning in San Francisco. I mean, that's not strange, getting stabbed in San Francisco at 2:30 in the morning. That's not strange. But the fact of the matter is, it's another crypto guy that is getting taken out. Like, I think, there's a pattern here. Go watch the other video, and there's actually been a few more, I think, since that video. So go check that out and, tell me what you think on that.
Hey, dude, I'm going to go take a piss.
Hey guys, make sure you like and comment. Let's fight these YouTube commies trying to shadow ban us.
Now back to your regularly scheduled program.
All right, guys. So thanks. At this rate, I'm going to have to start. Thanks, Brian. No doubt, bro. No doubt. Anyhow, speaking of the economy, let's get into the brass tacks tonight. The economy. We got the Biden admin has announced $2.6 billion in weapons aid to Ukraine, right? Inflation is all-time high, and a lot of it has to do with Ukraine. But while everyone else is distracted by the Trump indictment, I really think the Trump indictment is a huge distraction because the American economy is under attack. The BRICS are now expanding their alliance and devaluing the global trade of the dollar as we speak. The American superpower status is crumbling because of the Biden inflation, and nobody's even wanting to talk about it. So I've got an article here: dumping the dollar, will BRICS currency replace the U.S. for trade, right? So they're talking like this is going to be a new world currency backed by gold. And who we have involved in this is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, hence why it's called BRICS. And it's working on a common currency to ditch U.S. dollar and push it back against America's dominance. The U.S. dollar has been the official currency for international trade for years. So this move, it says here, comes as Moscow and Beijing call for de-dollarization in the face of Western sanctions. I think another thing to note with this is that the world saw that how the U.S. froze Russian-owned U.S. dollars, so Russian assets in U.S. dollars, not just the Russian government, but actual citizens, okay? Citizens that were Russian, they had their U.S. currency froze. This would turn off many countries. Let's say you don't agree with America's woke ideology, right? And they freeze your money. Let's say, like Uganda, that the president makes it criminal, the LGBT, like if you come out as LGBT, you're now breaking the law. And America says, you know what, we're going to freeze everybody's assets there because you're not agreeing with the woke ideology we're pushing. Who say they don't freeze your money? America has really made us have a bad look, like we're dictating the world, and which we have for a long time. This isn't nothing new. But who wants woke ideologies pressed onto the rest of the world? Nobody wants that. You know, a lot of countries have their own cultures, and they sternly oppose these views, and they won't tolerate it. So this new world currency is definitely picking up steam. The inflation, I mean, it's just bad. Like banks are crashing right and left, and you know you don't hear about these things. And they actually, there's been times in America that America tried to push bank runs in other countries to collapse them. So who's to say these bank runs that are happening now aren't being pushed by other countries? Because we've done it. We do it. That's how we destabilize countries. We actually just did it recently, if you know what I'm talking about. So they'll push a bank run. In Russia is what I'm talking about. They pushed a bank run, so to try to destabilize them. So who's to say they're not going to try to do that, or that's not what is happening to us, right? I really have a grim outlook for the economy. I mean, it is terrible, and I don't see it getting better. I mean, we keep overspending, printing money, putting zeros to the deficit, right? Did you guys hear about the other trans shooter, right? Not many people are talking about it because they tried to hide it, because it's crazy. This is a transgender suspect with communist manifesto was arrested for planning the shooting at schools and churches. News of the arrest was made public this afternoon, but the arrest happened on March 31st, just a few days after the transgender shooter shot 6 people at a Christian school. So why don't you, they don't want you to find out about it. They don't want. Now, if they could have pushed the white supremacy narrative, it would have been around the clock news coverage on every station. But this guy right here, William Whitworth, is a biological male who goes by a different female name and uses she, her pronouns. The 19-year-old was charged with criminal attempt to commit murder in the first degree. 2 counts: criminal mischief, menacing, and interference with staff, faculty, students of educational institutions. So if their own family member, his own family member, turned him in, called 911 and said that he had threatened to shoot up schools and had severe anger issues. The police said the home had a ton of trash piled up around the house, where it actually made it hard to walk inside, like some kind of hoarder or something. And there was numerous containers filled with half-eaten food with mold growing inside them, and tons of beer cans, probably Bud Light, empty beer cans laying around the house. There was also apparently a bunch of holes punched in the walls inside the house, and doors had been ripped off the hinges. So obviously some kind of psychopath, but the suspect here visibly shook his head yes, telling law enforcement that he planned on shooting up schools and wanted to shoot up churches. The suspect then said that they had been planning to attack for over a month, and they started planning on writing a manifesto. Other evidence, listen to this now, other evidence collected inside the house included the suspect's manifesto, the Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx, none other, Frederick Engels, and a notebook with suicidal ideations. The suspect allegedly researched how to 3D print firearms, made detailed lists of numerous people to target, gathered information on how to make bombs, and made commentary about other mass shooters, serial killers, and politicians. So, yeah, definitely the media is definitely pumping this stuff. Why do we have, there's been like 6 LGBT or trans shooters. The past 6 have been LGBT or trans shooters, these mass shootings. The media is obviously pumping them up full of hate, just like they tried to do with the racial divide in 2020, trying to trick Americans into hating each other. And then now trying to get the trans kids to pumped up to go do violence. And we had the White House actually say this today. I'll play a clip.
To or at risk of losing access to gender-affirming care. Look, this is awful news. Let's be very clear about that. LGBTQI+ kids are resilient. They are fierce. They fight back.
How many more letters are you going to add to this? Anyhow, let me rewind that a bit.
They fight back. They're not going anywhere. And we have their back. This administration has their back. We are so proud of the kids across this country who have organized protests and school walkouts to tell the politicians in their states to stop this legislative bullying. I know that these political attacks can really take toll on people's mental health. So I want to say directly to LGBTQI+ kids, you are loved just as you are, just the way you are. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, you call 988, the National Crisis Hotline, and dial the number 3 to talk to a counselor who has been specifically trained to support LGBTQI+ kids. This is a new service that the Biden administration is proud to offer during these incredibly hard times for.
So, yeah, we have their fighters and all this kind of stuff. She said, like this, so tone deaf to say, in the light of these shootings, they're fighters, they'll protest. Yeah, they'll go shoot up schools too and churches. But I think it was ironic that she says, call this number, right? Yeah, because they're dealing with some things. They need to call someone. And, right now, because of the hate the media is pressing, I would say, be very careful going to church. If you go to a church, hopefully they allow you to carry. And if they don't, I would carry anyway. But if they don't, maybe just you guys need to have a meeting with your pastor. Maybe get a security team, something like that. I just think right now, with the hate that's being pressed, just don't go anywhere that you're not strapped. Obviously try to be gray man, blend into your environment. Don't make yourself a target. Those sort of things. Be a gray man predator. Don't let them know who you are. Right. Just words of wisdom, because I think it's kind of like going into the video the other day that they said we're in a cold civil war. People are saying that right now, and it's one of those things, like there's still levels of violence happening, right? It's not full blown, divided lines. There are lines, I think, but it's cold. But these things are happening, and there's deranged people out there on the left. There's deranged leftists. And I'm not saying there's not deranged people. There's deranged people everywhere. But lately, we've seen a lot of hostile actions from these leftists. It's kind of like going back the other day, too, where I talked about the left versus right paradigm. A lot of conservatives, there are Republicans, GOP, are let downs. Like they're not handling business like they should. I actually heard a guy say, though, today that was, and I've kind of said these same things, but it was like, how do you not have an opinion? Okay, so we've gotten to a point like you can't even have your own opinion. You're either Democrat or Republican. Like you don't deviate at all from the mission statement of either side. Like you can't have an opinion. This is where logic goes out the window for these folks on either side. Like have your own opinions. Don't just follow the leader based off of whatever the party is. Like have your own opinion. Don't be a sheep, And again, the world's not getting safer. Stay strapped, frosty, dangerous, all those sort of things. Make sure your family's aware of these things. And I know it's hard a lot of times to talk to your family about these, especially your kids. Yeah, they live in a world where everything's cool, everything's chill. There's no problems in the world. Everybody's friendly, but that's not the case. It's dark, and you have to, gently explain these things to them. Don't get them where they're freaking paranoid, but they do need to know the realities of life. And, I've seen a lot of guys, and women too, men and women talking about their spouses not being on board. Show them the news, show them my videos, and they can see it with their own eyes. Like, you have to be blind. You have to be walking around with blinders on to not see what's going on in the world. It's dangerous. And it's polarizing to these people. The media, like, don't watch the news. It's completely polarizing. Like, I research the news to get stories, and I have a few credible people that I get information from, but I look at the various media outlets on the left and right just to kind of see what's being spun there, because they'll spin narratives, to try to push you in a certain direction. So you always have to be careful of that. Be very cautious on where you're getting your news from, and just think for yourself. Question everything you see, even question things that I say. Question everyone. Don't take anybody's word for everything. Go look up everything. I do it all the time. I've caught Tucker Carlson with mistakes. Many people make mistakes. So maybe it's on purpose. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's innocent. But always double check things. Don't just go off what someone says. That's why I always try to put receipts up whenever I'm talking about something, so you know where I'm getting my information, right? Yes, Jeremy Carpenter, Armed Society is a polite society. That's correct. I think we see a lot of places that are armed versus not. Look at Chicago. Very freaking dangerous. Can't have guns there by and large. But you see there's a town in Georgia that, like, I think the ratio is like 99% of people there are armed, like zero crime. Everybody's armed, right? Yeah, we're all shadow banned. So a lot of people, real quick, while you're mentioning that, some people that get on here say they don't see my videos. It's because they have portioned out the videos. So it'll say like videos, short, live, and excuse me, now they have a podcast. I actually just got emailed about that today. So you have to go to live. These late night lives are live videos, okay? And if you go to the page, it's not gonna be another video. So it'll look like whatever the last pre-recorded drop video is. Then you go to short. So you may not even see the short. We do a short every week, multiple actually, usually. So you have to go to short and see those videos, and then go under live and see those. So if you're not seeing the videos, that's why. I don't really know why they did that. I wish they wouldn't have done that. It'd been easier just to have everything as you publish something. But to me, in my opinion, it's because they're trying to push a specific algorithm. And I'm not sure that is. They're not pushing live videos. They don't. I don't know why they don't want you to. They did for quite a while, but they're not pushing them anymore. They're pushing shorts, I think, because of the fight with TikTok. Thank you, Sirius. Appreciate you, brother. I think that's why they're trying to fight with TikTok so hard with the shorts. So they're pushing shorts, right? And now the podcast, they're trying to fight with the podcast. This is the problem with YouTube. They're trying to do too many freaking things, right? It's kind of like when you go to a restaurant, there's like 100 items on the menu, and you're like, okay, this is gonna, and then it's so confusing, and they're trying to do everything. You know, they're making pizzas, pasta, hot dogs. They've got Philly cheesesteaks on there. They've got hamburger. They got fried chicken. You know what I mean? And then so you wind up picking something that's just disgusting because you don't even know, because there's so much stuff on the menu to choose from. You know, they're trying to fight too many battles. That's the problem with them. You know, I mean, that's one of the problems with it. The other problem is that they try to paint a narrative as well. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, a lot of people don't get notifications. Even my partner, he'll upload videos for our channel, and he doesn't even get the notification. He's the one who freaking uploaded it, right? He'll get it like 3 days later. It's a game they play, and they can't say they're not doing it, because they're definitely doing it. Just like another tactic they'll use, and I didn't even want to go down this rabbit hole, but we will. Another tactic they use is they will immediately demonetize your video, right? So you get a yellow check. Like it'll be like 5 minutes, right? You'll go ahead and close your laptop down or whatever. You're good. The video got approved. You'll all of a sudden check it an hour later. Within 5 minutes, the video got demonetized. So then you have to appeal. Well, appeal may take 48 hours, right? So by that time, because you're in a demonetized status, now your video is not getting pressed out to the public, right? So now nobody sees your video. It dies. Some of your subscribers don't even get notified. So it winds up dying and doesn't get pressed. Your information doesn't go out there to people. And that's how they do it. That's the way they shadow me. They'll approve it like 4 days later. Oh, the video's good. No problem. We didn't find any problems there. I'm not sure why it got demonetized. Just a glitch. There was actually one day, and a subscriber actually emailed me. He said that, hey man, your video doesn't have any views on it. Go look. The video had 0 views on it for like a day. No view, but it had 1,000 comments or something. And then, anyhow, it's crazy. But this is games they play, and it's other social media. You know, I got hit on an Instagram post from 2 years ago. Just got hit this week. It flagged up, said you're in danger of losing your account because of a post that happened 2 years ago. You know, they don't want you to win. This is the deal, and it's not even just about shadow banning. The fact is, they're just trying to hurt your. You know, I own a company. My company is selling survival tactical equipment, just like every other company, Nike and everybody else. Everybody, the way of media, the way of marketing is through social media now. Like in college, I'm a business major. We went through marketing classes, and none of that stuff is relevant today. Not 0 of that is relevant today. Now it's social media and email. And I hate that, by the way. I don't do email lists. I freaking hate people that email lists. So you'll never get email lists from us. Maybe that's bad business, but I just don't want to bother people. I can't stand that. And text. That's even worse. Like companies start texting you stuff. Anyway, so then they'll try to hurt your promotion of your own company, your products. They push it down. You know. Somebody mentioned Rumble here. Every video is on Rumble. David, every video goes to Rumble. So every video we put on Rumble, we try to now. There's been multiple videos that will not allow us to post on Rumble for whatever reason. we've gotten strikes on Rumble. That's why I quit even effing with it 2 years ago, because I got 2 strikes, and you can only have 3 strikes, you get kicked off the platform. So if I get one more strike, I'm off the platform anyway, for good. Like, I can never set up account again. So I hadn't got that many on YouTube yet, but we're always posting on Rumble, so you can watch on Rumble as well. But the problem with Rumble is it's kind of a pain to deal with. Like, it's a pain to upload. It's not a user friendly. The other thing is nobody really looks at Rumble, right? Maybe that'll change, but it's like, yeah, nobody looks at it. It's just not a user friendly app. And me personally, like, I have my own opinion about Rumble. They only promote in certain people's videos, and those people are partners of the creators of Rumble. I really think that they're just building this platform to sell it. So we'll see. Mark my words. When they sell it to YouTube, YouTube will buy it as a competitor once they get strong enough, and they're going to cash out for billions of dollars and go retire. A lot of people do that. A lot of people build businesses, a competitive business, try to become a competitor, and just to sell it to that company so they can get rich and cash out and leave, So that's personally what I feel like the game plan for Rumble is. That's what I think the whole reason why they're even doing it. They're free speech platform. It ain't free speech. I've gotten 2 strikes on it. I think you just have to be careful. And I don't know your opinion on this. I'd be curious about it. I've seen James O'Keefe, he got removed from Project Veritas, so he's created O'Keefe Media. But I saw he posted today with Robert Kennedy, who's now running for president as a Democrat. And he's like, my good friend is running for president. I mean, that's odd to me. Let me know your thoughts about him, Robert Kennedy, a Democrat, running for president. Let me know your thoughts on that. It's odd to me, but yeah, strike on Rumble, two specifically, 2, and they still don't allow videos to get posted there. Even YouTube allows. It's odd. The one actually a few weeks ago, it got removed by Rumble. It posted on Rumble, then it was removed, and it had some coof stuff in there. So real weird. And you can just go pull up both channels, pull up the Rumble channel, Black Scout, and pull up the YouTube and see which videos are not there, and you can see for yourself. Anyhow, guys, before I hop off, summer's here. It's getting warm outside. You should be outside having a good time. Our hammocks, these camo hammocks here, they come with tree straps and everything. Camo, Black Scout logo come with tree straps and carabiners are on sale, so you can take your kids out, lay in the hammock, right? They're on sale on our website while supplies last. We've got some left, but get them before summer starts, before it gets nice out there, and hang out in a hammock. Maybe you're at the beach, something like that. Enjoy life while you can, before it gets too bad here that you can't walk around without an AR-15 strapped to you, or a spear or something, because there's no food to eat. So enjoy life a little bit. Anyhow, guys, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Let me know, Monster, thanks, buddy. I have not heard of that he's asking, have I heard of the dead internet theory? I'm a boomer, dude, so I'll check it out. I don't know what that is. Also, let me know in the comments, a video post in the comment, what Bud Light is for blank. What do you think it's for? Anyhow, guys, remember to stay frosty, stay strapped, stay dangerous. Take care.